Welcome to Soccer Gaming and welcome to this week's Dynasty Rebuild. This week we're going to be taking the St. Louis Cardinals from the NL Central and try to win them that World Series within the first 5 years. As always, we start this with the default rosters from opening day, so all of the rosters are default and just the ones that you get at the beginning of the season. We come in ranked 9th overall, 20th in contact, 20th in power, 9th in pitching, 1st in defense, and 11th in speed. And it's a team that I think if we make a few adjustments, we could definitely win it in the first couple of years. We can win that World Series. So if you want to watch me rebuild this, or you're a St. Louis Cardinals fan, stick around. So we are ready for the St. Louis Cardinals. If you're a St. Louis Cardinals fan or you enjoy these rebuilds, make sure you comment in the comment section down below. Let me know that you are a St. Louis fan, and let's get this rebuild started. So we're just rolling in with the normal stuff, what we normally do. If you haven't watched these before, I've done a ton of them, doing every single team in the MLB. So if your team has, if I have not done your team already, then I will be getting to it at some point. So make sure you hit the red subscribe button so that you can come back and watch your team getting rebuilt. So let's take a look at the Cardinals and see what we can do, what we got here. As the lineups come, we got Tommy Edman, second base. We got Bader, Arenado, Goldschmidt, DeJong, Carpenter, Molina, O'Neal, and Dylan Carlson. On the bench, we got Lane Thomas, Austin Dean, Ali Sanchez, Ivan Herrera. Don't know why we have 3 catchers in here. Looking at the pitching rotation, Jack Flaherty, who gets very, very good. Miles Nicholas, Carlos Martinez, Dakota Hudson, Adam Wainwright. In the bullpen, Jordan Hicks in there as well, John Gant, Andrew Miller, and Giovanni Gallegos. So I like what we have so far. There's a few things that we'll probably touch on later on. I think that the pitching rotation needs a couple more guys in here. Probably move Kim at some point. Nicholas at some point. Flaherty's going to be our number 1. Martinez hopefully going to be our number 2. Dakota Hudson our number 3. So we'll probably move Wainwright, Kim, and Nicholas sometime during the year. As far as the lineup goes, this lineup isn't bad. They're pretty young. Besides Goldschmidt and Carpenter and Molina, they're a pretty young team. So I feel like they're going to grow pretty quickly and because like Dylan Carlson's an A potential. Tyler O'Neill is an A potential. Bader is a B potential. Edmund B potential. So I feel like these guys are going to keep growing and they're going to grow really, really well. So maybe going out, getting some of the spots that we need, maybe a couple of good hitters would definitely make this team a top 5 team. So we're going to actually go ahead and sim through to the All-Star break. We're going to look at what we have, see where we're at, see if there's any things we need to change, and that's probably where I will do some of the trading. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way through to the All-Star break, so stick around. Damn, we crushed the draft. Dang, I want to show you guys this. We really crushed the draft. I don't think I've ever had a draft this good. Yeah, we absolutely obliterated the draft. Look at that. Woo! Worst part is I had all user picks up till this guy, which is fine. I mean, I doubt there's anybody like left that would have been that good. But yeah, we really crushed the draft. We did really well. And they're really good players too. Like this guy's 71 overall already. These guys are good. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and sip to the All-Star break, and I will catch you guys in. Not looking very good. We're really struggling. We're 2 games under 500, but we're only 5 games out of first place. So definitely could get in to the playoffs this year and definitely could do well. As I kind of showed you guys earlier, we did a really good job with our draft picks. So we're kind of setting ourselves up for the future with that. But let's look and see how we're doing right now and see what things we need to do to go forward. It looks like Edmonds out with a dislocated shoulder, so that's not good to see. But let's take a look at the lineups here. Bader, 247, not great. 296 from Lane Thomas. That's actually pretty good for a guy that came in. 355 for Arenado. How is he hitting 355 with 32 home runs and we're below 500? Well, it's because the rest of his teammates aren't doing anything. DeJong, 238, 228, 324 for O'Neal. Nice. That's really good, especially how young he is. At 324 is really, really good for him. So we have like about 2 people, I guess, on this team that really are playing well and want to continue to play on this team. Let's take a look at the pitching rotation, see how they're doing. 264 from Flaherty, not surprised. Miles Mikolas, 208. Might keep him for another year as well. 435 for Kim. 590. Oof, that is not good from Carlos Martinez. And then Dakota Hudson at 368. Not bad actually from him. Adam Wainwright not doing good. Hicks not doing good. Wow, our bullpen is trash. Hello? What's wrong with our bullpen? 25 saves, 3 blown saves? Yeah, we're going to have to make some changes, and a lot of it's going to be the pitching. The pitching's not good right now. Actually, a lot of stuff isn't good, but I can't trade everybody in 1 year. But I'm going to only do 3 trades, so I'm going to need to make these trades count. I think we go out and get 2 starting pitchers, and then I think we go out and get a pretty good hitter. Don't know what position yet they're going to be, but I think that's what we do. We go out, get a hitter, and then 2 starting pitchers. All right, so we found the first trade. We're going to go out and get Jose Perez. We know he gets good. If you've watched The Sims, we know he does a very good job for us. We're going to give up Kim and Martinez and that $14 million, and we're going to throw in a catcher that's a D that probably will never play for us, or at least play for a long period of time. We're going to go ahead, get rid of him for Jose Barrios, and the first pitcher's down. Now let's go out and find another pitcher. So we found a great trade here. We're going to give up Adam Wainwright. Told you we were going to get rid of him. We're also going to give up Andrew Miller and his $12 million contract, and then we're also going to give up another relief pitcher that's way down here, but has a B potential overall. And we're going to go get Mike Soroka in that amazing contract that we're going to get him for arbitration for another 3 years. Very young pitcher, one of the best in the game at his age. So I'm feeling very comfortable with making that trade. And so for the third final trade, we're going to go out and get a position player. Not sure what position it's going to be, but I think catcher needs an upgrade. I think maybe we can move on from Yadier Molina. However, it is kind of tough to invest in a catcher right now. I don't think a catcher is really going to make a difference. We need a second baseman there. Our shortstop is okay with DeJong. Left field's fine. Center field's fine, and right field's fine. So outfield's good. It's probably either a second baseman or a catcher that we go after. So I think I found the trade we want. We're going to go after Garrett Hampson, a guy that I think ends up being pretty good in Sims. He's doing pretty good this year, and we kind of need that second baseman for sure that can give us some time there. And I know we're going to lose out on catcher. However, I feel like catcher is something we can address in the offseason or possibly trade for later on next year. But this is going to do it for the trades. We're giving up Yadier Molina in that budget, and we're gonna free up a lot of cap space for us. And so we're going to make this trade, get Garrett Hampson on our team, and then we are going to go ahead and sim close to the September, probably all the way to September call-ups, and we'll see where we're at that point. But we're done with the trades this year, and we'll have to see how the rest of the season plays out to see if we can get the job done. Looking at the pitching rotation before we're done, got Soroka, Flaherty, Barrios, Mikolas, and Dakota Hudson there. So I'm excited. I think we'll do a lot better, and we might actually push the Cubs for that playoff spot. So I will catch you guys at September call-ups. So we're at September call-ups, and we're still 4 games out, but this time to the Reds. And the sad thing is that we're 69-63 and only 4 games out of a playoff spot. I don't think we'll be able to get it done if we don't win the league. I think we'll need to win the league. Well, maybe we're 1 game behind, but I don't think the Padres or Braves are going to allow us to get in like that. So I don't know. Let's take a look, see if there's anything we could change right now if we have injuries. Edman is, that's bad. 197 is terrible. Arenado still balling out. He only had 5 home runs the last month and a half though. He was at 355 and 35 home runs already at the All-Star break. Doesn't look like anybody else is doing as great either. O'Neal's doing actually pretty good for what he is. Looks like Nolan Gorman's going to be making his debut up here. I don't think he's ready. Matt Carpenter's over there. And let's take a look at the pitching rotation, see how they're doing. Soroka's really struggling. That's not helping. Jack Flaherty's doing good. 390 from Perez, not bad. 204 from Nicholas, not bad. So besides Mike Soroka struggling, and the bullpen's not too bad. There's a few guys. Gallegos is doing better, 37-3, so he hasn't given up a blown save since All-Star break. So I think we sim up to like maybe the last 3 or 4 days before, see if we still have a chance, and if we do, I will let you guys know. We're gonna sim up to right there and see if we have enough in our tank to get us to the playoffs. It doesn't look like it. The closer and closer we are to the 500 mark, the worse it looks for us. So 5.5 games out. I don't even think there's anything we could do. Even if we win all of these games, it's going to be tough to get in. 4 games, yeah, we're not even getting in. So missing the playoffs this year at an 83-79 record. And we'll go ahead and just send postseason and see what we look like next year. We did sign a bunch of guys. So, I didn't even look at it. That's my bad. I didn't look at the end of the year to see how we were doing. But I can tell you one thing. It was not great. So we're going to go ahead and we'll jump to the free agency when we get there and see what we're going to do with that. So we are at free agency, and Trevor Story, Carlos Correa, Syndergaard, Brad Hand, just a few that we could get. Looking at what we have, Tommy Edmonds got to play better. That's just trash. 205. We'll give him another chance, see if he's better next year. If he's not, we'll ship him off. Hampson got in a trade. I'm excited to see what he can continue to do and see if he can do good for us. Arenado's going to stay where he's at. Goldschmidt is a guy that we're probably going to trade this year. He did good last year, but he's obviously declining. So someone we're going to move on from this year. DeJong, I want to see play better, but he really struggled last year. If he struggles again this year, then we will send him out. Tyler Neal did really great. 295, 20 home runs, 81 RBIs. Perfect. Cannot be happier with that. Dylan Carlson didn't do too bad either. Definitely boosting him up. It looks like he went plus 12 on the contact left, so he is increasing as well. And then Bader, 225, not awful. Hoping, though, that he can get better as well. Then we got the catcher, and we're kind of just thrown up in a loop for a catcher. And if we can get a catcher, then that would be great. But honestly, a shortstop I think would be really good, and I think we could get some value for Paul DeJong and possibly open up some better stuff. I do want a catcher. I do want a shortstop. And if we can grab a first baseman as well, that would be great. Now going over to the pitching rotation, taking a look at that. Soroka, 4.18 ERA last year, not great, but I know he's a lot better than that. 276 from Flaherty, good. 397 from Barrios, not bad. 221 from Nicholas, he killed it last year, and a 404 from Dakota Hudson. So maybe another pitcher, because I feel like Nicholas is going to start declining. So we really need to find somebody to fill that role at starting pitcher. Gallegos will be good for us probably the rest of his career. Other than that, the bullpen's okay. I'm not really worried about anything in the bullpen. So a starting pitcher or two, and then I really want a shortstop, a first baseman, and a catcher. So let's go in the free agency and see what we can end up doing. Starting pitching, obviously, you can do Syndergaard. I probably won't go after Syndergaard. I just feel like he's really not worth it and really not worth what I want to get him for. Catchers, there's really nobody here that I would pay an arm and a leg for. Christian Vasquez is probably fine, but I don't really. He's older, 31. He's not going to be on our team for very long. First baseman, there's really nobody here. So shortstop is really going to be what I address in here and see if we can get ourselves a shortstop. And I will let you guys know who we get, and then we'll go ahead into the trades and all that stuff and get ready for next year. Noah Syndergaard going to the Angels. Brad Hand going to the Braves. We get Robert Osuna. Happy about that. Looks like a trade there. Trevor Story going back to the Cubs. Javi Baez coming to St. Louis. Excited to see that. Vasquez going to San Diego. Kirby Yates going to Boston. And let's see how other people. Marte going to the Nats. And let's take a look at what we're still going after here. We're trying to get Corey Seager to come join us here. And if we could get him, I am very happy with the class and who we pulled. Because, Correa, I'm just not. I don't think it's really worth. I just don't think he's that great of a player. I mean, yeah, he might hit for a high average. He might do the little things and stolen bases, whatever. But he's not going to give me a lot of production in the offense. Whereas Corey Seager is nothing but production. 315 average, 28 home runs, 77 RBIs. So that's definitely why we're going after him. So we are ready for the regular season, and I am so excited about this team. Coming in ranked 6th, first in defense, 4th in speed, 4th in pitching, 14th in power, 14th in contact, and 6th overall. Let's take a look at the lineups and see what we got here. We got Javi Baez at second base, Paul Goldschmidt at first, Corey Seager at DH, third base, Arenado, DeJong at shortstop, left field, Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, Harrison Bader, and Ivan Herrera. On the bench, we got Garrett Hampson and Tommy Edman. Now, take a look at the pitching rotation. We got Soroka, Flaherty, Perez, Nicholas, Hudson. We didn't really do anything with our starters, and then our great bullpen as we went out and got Robert Ozuna as well. So I'm okay with where we're at. I think there's two things I want to change. That being that we move on from Paul Goldschmidt. I think that he's just going to decline this year. And if we can get a better player back from him, that would be great. I also want to take a look at the catcher position. So I want a first baseman and I want a catcher. And then we'll trade for them and then possibly touch it. We'll wait on the starting pitcher. I feel like Dakota Hudson's done okay. He did okay last year, so I want to give him the best chance. So we're going to get a first baseman and a catcher before the season starts. So we found a trade that I think we're going to be happy with, and it is going to be Paul Goldschmidt for Salvador Perez. I want to get that catcher, and I feel like we have a better option at catcher here. To give off Paul Goldschmidt. I know the contract is pretty large, but that's okay because Paul Goldschmidt's contract was even bigger. So let's go ahead and make that trade. We got our catcher. Now let's go out and find a first baseman. So that was quick. We actually are going to the Tigers, getting Renato Nunez, who did pretty good last year. I like those. He didn't get a ton. I mean, he got a ton. I guess 109 is a ton of games, but he missed a couple games there. But he's not bad. The average is The home runs is the RBIs is but not a guy that we really need, because I went through these first basemen and I just could not really find something that I feel like would fit us. So I think it right now, and we're not giving up much. We're giving a guy that won't start ever. And so we're going to go ahead and try to make this trade. We might go back and try to get another first baseman later, but I think right now this is good enough. All right, so going into it, this is what we got. Baez, Bader, Seager, Arenado, Perez, DeJong, which we're going to eventually move on from him. Ronaldo Nunez, O'Neill, and Carlson. And on our bench, we got Edman, Hampson, Lane Thomas, and a backup catcher. Going over to pitching rotation, we still got Soroka, Flaherty, Barrios, Nicholas, and Hudson, and Hicks, Gant, Strom, Reyes, Gallegos, and Asuna. So I think we're fine to go here. We're going to go to the All-Star break, see what we got there, see how we're doing, and see if we need to make those trades to continue on in the season. So not exactly where we wanted to be at the All-Star break, but we are up 53-37. I think our team is much better than that record. So let's take a look at the lineups, at the pitching rotation, and see what the problem is. 292 from Seager, awesome. 257 from Bader, great. 166 from Edman. Oof, that's just not good. He struggled last year. He barely got up over the Mendoza line. Not doing good this year. Arenado's struggling, which I think is the big thing. Salvi, not bad for a catcher. We're happy with that. DeJong, actually playing well. 232 from Nunez. I said it earlier. It's probably not a guy that we're going to really love at first base, but it's kind of what we have right now. So we kind of got to go with what we have. And I don't know why Baez. Why is Baez not in these lineups? 140 from Lane Thomas, not great, but he doesn't have a ton of at-bats. And 259 from Carlson, not awful. Yeah, this is not good, though. I mean, I guess they have Corey Seager in, but why not have him in at DH here? Anyways, I think it's time that we move on from Tommy Edman. We're gonna try to get maybe another first baseman or something back for him, even maybe a starting pitcher. Let's take a look at the starting pitching rotation, see how we're doing there. 2-8 from Flaherty, knew he would be there. Soroka struggling again. 424, not great from him. He'll turn it around. 309 for Perez, 432 from Nicholas. So he's still doing good, even at 33 years of age, and 350 from Dakota Hudson. I think we keep Dakota Hudson. I think we get rid of Nicholas. I think it's time we move on from the 33-year-old. We thank him for what he's done, and Tommy Edman. So we'll try to get those two guys moved, and I'll let you in on the trades there, and then we will be going to September call-ups. So let's get those traded. So I think we found a trade that we want. We're getting rid of Nicholas, as I wanted to. We're also getting rid of Tommy Edman, who just isn't doing it for us, and I don't want to deal with it. And we're getting back Luis Castillo, starting pitcher right now for the Reds. And then we're also getting Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman. He's injured right now, but we'll get him in a couple of days. So he will be back, hitting 274 last year. I think he can hit that again this year or better. And then we're also giving up a prospect at right field, Will Lawrence. I just don't see him being a part of anything. I think we drafted him, and he's doing pretty good, but I just don't see him being used in the next 3 or 4 years. So I think it's a good time to move on from him, use him to get this trade, and get some good guys on our team. So I don't know if we make any trades here. I feel like we're good. I feel like we got some guys coming off the injured list, and we should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and sim September call-up, see how we're doing, see if we're still in the running for that playoff spot. So I'm excited and happy with how we did there. Right now, 81 of 49, a great job. And I think the biggest thing is that we got those positions that we felt like we really needed. We got those, and I feel like we're in a really good spot now. Currently ranked second, but yeah, I think we got what we wanted. I think we got the players we wanted, so we're going to go ahead and sim up to the postseason, see if we get into the playoffs, and go from there. Right now, 8 games up on the Cubs. The Reds really fell off after I made the trade for Castillo. So let's go ahead and sim to the postseason, see where we're at, see how we're doing, and all that good stuff, and hopefully this year make a postseason appearance, and hopefully even get to the World Series. So it is over. Congratulations, Cardinals have finished the season at 98-64, 605, won their division, and will be taking on the Mets in the divisional series. So we are on the top side, Dodgers on the bottom, waiting for Atlanta and San Diego, Houston and Cleveland, Minnesota and LA, and then the Yankees over there as well. Let's take a look at how we did this year. Garrett Hampson, 292. Not bad. I mean, only 65 appearances there, so he didn't play a ton this year. Lane Thomas, 231, 315 from Seager, 37 dingers from him, 32 home runs and a 260 average from Arenado. Not great, but got the job done there. 271 from Salvi, beautiful. 30 home runs, 69 RBIs, exactly what we needed from our catcher, and exactly why we went out and got him. 257 from Baez, hoping that would be better. 250 from Nunez, not bad with the 21 home runs. 254 from O'Neal, and a 247 from Carlson. So some guys that really stuck out and did well. There's also some guys that I felt like could have done better or should have done better, but we can't ultimately be upset with what we had. Harrison Bader, 13 home runs, 232 average there. Now going over to the pitching, which is what I think will carry us to the promised land. 287 from Luis Castillo, 391 from Soroka, 326 from Perez, Dakota Hudson 332, and Alex Fagalde at 565. We must have an injury. The bullpen not doing too bad either. Some pretty good ones there. 57 saves, 10 blown saves. So who is the injury that we have in a rotation? Jack Flaherty, of course. We are ready for it. Let's jump into game 1. Castillo and DeGrom get the loss 4-5. Game 2, Peterson, Soroka, the loss as well. And let's stay out of the sweep, please. We cannot. So just not scoring enough and just not good pitching from our starter. No, it looks like Osuna blew that one. So we had the lead there, and Osuna blew it. Probably give up 2 runs in the end. This one, Soroka only pitched 4 innings. Looks like he gave up 4 earned runs there. And then the last one, Perez actually did pitch pretty good. I wonder where we lost that one. But anyways, season's over. I guess we got to the playoffs. I really thought we had a chance at making it to the World Series, or at least playing in the NLCS against the Dodgers. However, it will not be this year. We go into year 3 and see how we are doing, how we're going to set this up in year 3. I think we don't make a lot of changes. I don't think there's a lot of changes we need to make. We just need to make sure that we bring back everyone that we need to, and get some better people in the places that we need. And I think maybe another starting pitcher that's pretty high end will be basically the only thing that we need to change. So let's jump into free agency, see what we got here, see who we have to choose from, and go from there. So we are ready for free agency, and it looks like we have a ton to look at, and looks like we need a right fielder, a second baseman, and a first baseman is what they want us to do. So looking at it, we got Judge, got Nola. That would be a good guy to get our final starter. Jose Ramirez is in here. He could play first base. There's a lot of people in here that we could actually move towards and get. So we're going to have to kind of look around, see what we got, see what we need. Honestly, I'm thinking maybe we go for Jose Ramirez, Nola. I really would love Judge, but I just feel like he's going to be expensive. And we can make it work. We'll see what we get. I'll try to put some offers in here and see who we can get, and I will show you guys who we get at the end. So we are able to get Aaron Judge. Love to see that. Clevenger leaving. Nola going to San Diego. You hate to see that. And I also want to point out, we did get Jose Ramirez. I was wondering why it didn't come through. I didn't see it. I don't know if I just passed it or what, but we did get Jose Ramirez as well. And I think we might be done. I've thought about getting Max Muncy at first base, but I don't know if that... I just feel like that's overkill. I feel like we've done already kind of what overkill would be in free agency anyway. So let's go ahead and just send him to the end of free agency. Or actually, let's try to make a trade and get another starting pitcher as the starting pitcher I wanted basically bailed out. So even though we didn't get Nola, we're still going to go out and get him. I think he's needs to be on our team, and we're going to give up some of our starting pitching, 71 overall, 69 overall, be potential guy, and then we're going to give a top recruit in Vizcaíno. I believe he's number 2 or 3 as a prospect, but we're not going to need him here, so we might as well trade him and put his value to use. We're going to get Aaron Nola, and let's take a look at what we have going on into this season. Garrett Hampson, Thomas, Seager, Arenado, Perez, Baez, Nunez, O'Neill, Carlson, Vaughn, Judge will be put in there. Bader will be put in there. Jose Ramirez will be put in there. We're looking pretty good. To going over to the pitching rotation here, we got, let me flip this in here, which actually ends up being our best pitcher, Nola, Castillo, Soroka, Barrios, and Hudson in this. And then we got our normal bullpen guys as well. So let's go ahead and send to the regular season and get started. All right, we are ready for the regular season. This is what we got on the plate, and we definitely come in ranked number 1, contact 9, first in power, first in pitching, first in defense, 5th in speed. Taking a look at what we're going to see here, and we actually have so many good players that it's going to be hard to move them around in positions that they need to be. So we might actually move like Javi Baez to a different position to be able to help there. I also think Paul DeJong, I think we move on from him. I just don't think I don't know, 280 last year, 25. Okay, he could stay, but he's definitely not going to be starting. We got to get Javi Baez in there at second base. So we'll probably move Javi over to second base, and that ought to fix that. Going over to the pitching rotation, Nola R1, Flaherty R2, Castillo R3, Soroka R4, and Jose Barrios are number 5. So definitely stacked over there, so to speak. I mean, it's just absolutely loaded. And we got Osuna, we got Hicks, we got Gallegos, we got Gant. I mean, we're sitting pretty. Honestly, I don't think there's any trades that we need to make, so we might just send them all the way to the playoffs. We're season 3 now. I think we definitely the favorites to win it all this year. So let's just go ahead and send to the playoffs, and I'll see you guys then. So we have finished the season at 104 and 58. Could not be happier with how he finished. I thought we would finish with one of the best records. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. We actually don't. The Dodgers finished with 107. So we go against the Dodgers. What would the Mets finish if they're number 1? 111. So all of these good NL teams doing their job. We got 1, 2, and 3, all of which with a bunch of wins. So we're actually going to be playing the Dodgers in the first round, then possibly the Mets in the next round. But let's take a look at the lineup, see how we did. Baez, 255, not bad, 31 home runs. 254 for Thomas, 281 from Ramirez, 260 from Arenado. He's been struggling as of late. 242 from DeJong, 265 from Carlson. Nunez, 221, not great from a DH. Salvi, 242 with 19, and 258 from Tyler O'Neill. Andrew Vaughn got a few. 274 from Bader, not bad. 207 from Hampson, not bad as well. Let's go over to the pitching, see how they did. 262 from Flaherty, 326 from Soroka, Nola 308, 297 from Castillo, and a 352 from Perez. Hudson doing pretty good, 268 there as well. So not a bad job, a really, really good job actually from our bullpen and from our starters. So most of those wins seem to be from our starters, and honestly, I'm surprised that we have this stacked of a lineup and they just can't hit. So hopefully they turn that around in the playoffs, because last year we didn't have the pitching, and that's why we lost in the first round. This year looks like we might not have the hitting. So Flaherty, Buehler, game 1, we get a loss 4-5. Game 2, Bauer and Soroka, another loss, and don't get swept. We don't. Nola able to get us the victory there. Dustin May and Castillo, okay. So we're going to game 5. Mike Soroka, Walker Buehler. This will be an interesting one. So game 5, Buehler, Soroka, we got to win this one to go on and play the San Francisco, beat the Mets. Wow, 3-1 in that series. So we might have to play San Francisco. We got to take care of this game. Soroka, Buehler, and a victory there, 3-1 win. Looks like Soroka pitched very well in that one, getting us to the game against San Francisco. Now we got to go against San Francisco, and let's jump into it. Flaherty, Rodriguez, game 1, victory. Nola, Goldschmidt, game 2, okay. Webb and Castillo, game 3, loss, falling behind. Soroka, Heaney, loss, we're behind. So we were behind in the first series, 0-2 against the Dodgers, able to win 3 in a row. Then we win game 1, lost 3 in a row. It'll be interesting to see if we can come back from this one. San Francisco apparently is the real deal this year. Able to get their pitching has been good, is really what it is. Their pitching looks really good. Looks like Ozuna gave up a blown save there, and it looks like, looks like we just didn't play good enough there. So it looks like game 5 down 3-1 in the series. Let's see if we can get the victory here. Get the victory there, 6-3. Next game, Goldschmidt, Flaherty, the victory there, 8-3. All right, so we're down, and it looks like these are home games now. So we got the 8-3 home victory there. Now we got a guy that I've never heard of against Aaron Nola. We should probably easily take this. And then whoever wins ends up playing Boston, who 4-0'd the Yankees. So 3-3. Come on, Nola, get us through. He does, 5-0, and we're going on to the World Series against Boston. Wow. So I guess the comeback kids, I don't know. We were down 0-2 against the Dodgers, able to come back and win, and down 3-1 against San Francisco, and we came back and won 3 in a row. So I would rather just finish this out and sweep Boston, but we'll have to see. Game 1, Soroka and Sale, a loss there. Eflin and Flaherty, a loss there. Can we not do this, guys? That would be great. We got to win this one. Nola and Richards, game 3, the dude, 10-4 victory. All right, let's take this one. Soroka. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. All right, Nola and Eflin. Let's jump into it. We're going to super sim this one. Hopefully we can get the victory. And it's funny because I actually flew through these because I was like, oh, we're down again, 3-1. And let's see if we can win this one. Boom, we did. And I was like, we won't win this one. And we did again. So we are down to the last game in the World Series. Hopefully we can win it. Year 3, Boston, Eflin. Let's go ahead and play this game. What I usually do is for this last game, I go into it and I quick manage it, and hopefully we can catch the last out. And hopefully we can see the celebration from the Cardinals. If we can't, you guys will see the celebration of Boston as well. So let's jump into this one. Looks like Nola and Eflin are going to go out this one. And here is the roster that we will be sending into the World Series. Last game of the World Series. We're going to switch out that one. I'm not sure why Bader wasn't playing to begin with, but let's get this one started. Let's win ourselves a World Championship. And just so you guys don't think I'm out here doing cheats or anything, we're going to go ahead and quick manage this. And wow, what a great way to start this one out with a solo home run for Boston. All right, can we get something like that on our side? Probably not. Not looking good. Arenado, the single, a 2-run blast from Salvi. Let's go. Okay, we got the lead now. Solo dinger from DeJong. Let's go. 3-1 lead. 3-1 lead. We just got to get through the bulk there. A double and an error. Okay, a double. 1 run scored. Got on second and third. Arenado, an error. We'll take it. Double play and a ground out. We have 5-1. A 2-run bomb by Hunter Renfroe. We're going to have to be careful here. And a 2-run blast by Tapia. And just like that. Wow, we are not looking good here. So let's go ahead and get out of this inning. And we had the lead 5-1. Now we're losing and just struggling. Yeah, we got to take him out. So we're going to go ahead and take Nola out of this one. Just not pitching well in this one. So let's go to the bullpen. Let's see who we want. We got a lefty, righty, lefty. So let's go ahead and get Cabrera in here to face a couple of lefties. Hopefully he can finish it out for us. And fielder's choice, strikeout, a walk. Come on. Come on. A line out with the pitcher. There we go. Bases juiced. Able to get out of it. Hopefully we can get some runs here. Looks like Hudson's in the game now. Nothing. Just going through bullpens. Vaughn, ground out. Okay. Just going through there. A single. Okay, we're in the 8th inning. Tied 5-5. We got to get something going here, guys. We got too high potent of an offense not to make something happen here. The 9th inning, we got to go. Bottom of the 9th. We got to go. All right. And I want to mention, we do go in the extras. There is not an extra base runner starting at second base. So keep that in mind that is not a thing. To them it is because they just hit a double. Let's get him out. We do. Okay. Looks like we're going to go to Josh Taylor hitting. No. Looks like we're okay. Ivan Herrera, our catcher, gets a walk. Baez. Okay. Strikeout. I should have bunted him over and didn't. A walk by Bader. Come on, Jose. Walk this one off. He doesn't. Arenado walk this one off. He can't. You hate to see it. Going extras again. Okay. Bottom of the 11th, Salvi. Make it happen. A triple by Salvi, and that means all we have to do is hit a base hit to take this one home. Carlson, come on, something. We do a triple, and we have defeated the Red Sox 6-5. Love to see that. Celebrate, St. Louis. Congratulations. You have won the World Series in year 3, 2023. Congratulations to the St. Louis Cardinals. So that's going to be it. And a success in the postseason. St. Louis, your 2023 World Series champions. Obviously, the team is a lot different than what we started with, but I'm actually excited because I felt like we kept the young core group players that it's not like we completely just changed the whole team. We kept kind of the group of people like Carlson and Neal, and we kept that group of players. We obviously really messed with the pitching rotation, got some good ones in there. Jack Flaherty kept Dakota Houston, kept a bunch of relievers. But lineup wise, Lane Thomas, he was originally on the team. Arenado originally on the team. DeJong, Carlson, Tyler O'Neill, Bader, all of them on the original team. So to be able to win this World Series in year 3 with keeping 5 to 6 to 7 players that were already on St. Louis, it was a good rebuild, and I'm excited for the St. Louis faithful. So that's going to do it for this episode. It was a success. So finally back on the successful bandwagon. Year 3, St. Louis World Series champions. In the next episode, I will be doing the Cincinnati Reds. So if you'd like to see the Cincinnati Red rebuild, make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do so that you guys can watch that. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button. If I have not gotten to your team yet, I will be getting to it. I'm doing all of the teams. If you don't know, go ahead and subscribe and go back in the playlist to see if I've already rebuilt your team. Till next time, Slacker out.